In the last video, I told you that brand essence is the soul of your brand. But here is the thing. A soul cannot speak to customers on its own. It needs a personality. And that is what we call brand personality. So the big question is this. Why do you trust a brand even when they are more expensive? Why do some brands talk to you like a best friend while others talk to you like a hero showing you the way? The answer is simple. That brand personality is not chosen by accident. It is shaped and organized using a powerful framework called Brand Archetype. To understand this relationship, you just need to imagine your brand is a human being. Brand essence is the soul of that person. It answers the questions, who am I and why do I exist? But you cannot see a soul. What you feel when you talk to a person is their personality, and that is brand personality. A brand might say, I help you succeed. But how do they say it? Do they say it gently like a caregiver? Do they say it strongly like a hero? Or do they say it logically like a teacher? That is brand personality in action. The problem is this. If you just tell your team to be youthful, trusted, and dynamic, everyone will understand it differently. And then the brand will not speak with one voice. This is where brand archetype comes in. Brand archetype is a framework that organizes personality into clear character types that every human being understands. When you say this brand is a hero or this brand is a caregiver, the whole team knows exactly how to speak, how to tell stories, and how to behave. So remember this order. Brand essence is who we are. Brand personality is what kind of person we are like. Brand archetype is how we standardize that character to be consistent. Brand archetype does not replace brand essence. It helps brand personality, which is inside the essence, become clear, easy to understand, and easy to execute correctly. So what exactly is a brand archetype? To understand it in the simplest way, brand archetype is the human character of the brand. It is not the logo, it is not the colors. It is how the brand behaves as a person. Imagine this. If your brand was a real person, who would they be? Would they be a best friend who always listens? Would they be a teacher who uses logic? Or would they be a hero who pushes you to break your limits? That is brand archetype. When a brand has a clear archetype, they achieve three very important things. First, they communicate consistently. Whether it is an ad, a post, or a video, the brand always speaks with the same voice. Second, they are easy to remember. Human beings are not good at remembering facts, but we are very good at remembering personalities. And third, they create an emotional connection. You do not bond with a product. You bond with the feeling when you interact with that brand. So brand archetype does not help a brand say more. It helps a brand say the right things and sound like itself. And when the character is clear, customers will know immediately that this is the brand for them. There is a very simple truth you must understand. Humans do not fall in love with logos. No one is loyal to a drawing. No one feels attached to a color. What humans connect with is emotion and character. You do not like a brand just because they sell good products. You like them because of how they talk, how they react, and the feeling you get when you interact with them. That is the brand archetype working. When a brand does not have a clear archetype, what happens? Every marketing campaign sounds different. Today they sound inspiring. Tomorrow they sound like a salesman. Next week they sound like a totally different company. The customer will look at them and ask, who is this brand anyway? Brand archetype helps you avoid that. It helps the brand stop rambling, stop changing its voice, and stop losing itself. When a brand always behaves like the same person, customers start to trust it. They trust you not because the ad is good, but because the brand is consistent over time. And that is how trust is built. So remember this, a strong brand is not a brand that talks a lot. It is a brand that has a clear personality. To make this easy to understand, and remember, the 12 brand archetypes are divided into 4 big groups. Each group represents a core human need. A strong brand understands exactly which need their customer is looking for. As you look at the screen, you will see the standard brand archetype wheel. You can find this image everywhere on Google. But there is a secret I need to tell you. That popular framework is based on brand action. However, after working for many different industries, my experience tells me that the real key is consumer needs. That is why I have redrawn this framework in my own way. The core 12 archetypes are exactly the same, so do not worry. The only difference is how I group them to match human psychology. If you still prefer the standard version you find online, that is totally fine. You can simply take the deep insights I am sharing with you and apply them to those groups. But this new structure will help you understand your customer on a much deeper level. Group 1, Stability and Control. The first group is stability and control. Brands in this group help customers feel safe, in control, and organized. The first archetype is the ruler. The keywords for the ruler are power, control, and leadership. If the brand is a person, the ruler is the leader. Customers choose the ruler because they want status standards and certainty. The second archetype is the caregiver. The keywords are care, protection, and love. The caregiver does not say, "I am the best." They say, "I am here for you." You will see this archetype a lot in healthcare, education, and family products. The third archetype is the creator. The keywords are innovation, imagination, and art. The creator wants to build things that never existed before. Customers choose the creator because they want to express themselves and be different. Group 2, Belonging and Enjoyment. The second group is belonging and enjoyment. Brands in this group help people feel loved, accepted, and happy. The lover represents emotion, passion, and beauty. The lover speaks with feelings, beautiful images, and sensory experiences. The everyman is relatable, down to earth, and just like you. Not fancy, not showing off. Customers choose the everyman because they feel like this brand understands them. The Jester is about fun, humor, and entertainment. The Jester makes life lighter and makes the brand easy to love and easy to remember. Group 3, Risk and Mastery. The third group is risk and mastery. These brands appeal to the desire to break limits and win. The hero represents overcoming challenges, victory, and inspiration. The hero always says, "You can do it." The outlaw is about breaking old rules, rebellion, and being different. The outlaw attracts people who do not want to follow the crowd. The magician represents transformation, wonder, and making things happen. The magician makes customers believe that their life can change. Group 4, Independence and Fulfillment. The final group is Independence and Fulfillment. This group is about freedom, meaning, and deep understanding. The innocent is pure, positive, and simple. They bring a feeling of peace and safety. The explorer is about freedom, discovery, and experience. The explorer always pushes you to go further. The sage represents wisdom, logic, and truth. The sage does not promise wild emotions, but brings understanding and trust through knowledge. So, the 12 brand archetypes are actually 12 types of human personalities. They have different emotions, different ways of speaking, and different ways of building trust. The job of the brand is to choose the personality that fits their customer best. A question I get all the time is this: can a brand have many brand archetypes? The answer is yes, but you must have a system. A brand should have one primary archetype and one secondary archetype. The primary archetype decides the core personality. The secondary archetype is just there to support it, not to take over. The problem happens when a brand tries to be too many archetypes. Today, they talk like a hero. Tomorrow, they act like a lover. Next week, they behave like a jester. When that happens, the brand has a multiple personality disorder. And the worst part is that customers do not remember who you are. They do not hate you. They just do not feel anything at all. So how do you choose the right brand archetype for your business? You just need to answer 3 core questions. Question 1. What emotion do customers need to feel when they choose you? Not how good is your product, but what do they want to feel? Question 2. What kind of person do you want your brand to be like? When customers talk to you, are they talking to a friend, a teacher, or a hero? Question 3. Who do you not want to be? This is very important. If you do not decide clearly, the market will decide for you. And remember this: brand archetype is not what you like. It is what your customer needs. When the archetype is right, everything else becomes easier, from content to images to ads and how the brand behaves. To show you how powerful brand archetype is, let me give you a very simple example. Let's look at a product we all know, coffee. The quality might be the same, but the brand personality is totally different. If the coffee uses the hero archetype, the brand will say, awaken your inner power, work harder, conquer the day. Their images will be strong. The message is about effort, discipline, and winning. Customers buy it, not just for caffeine, but for the feeling of progress. Now, if the coffee uses the lover archetype, the brand will say, enjoy your private moment, taste the emotion, the images are beautiful, the lighting is warm, it feels sophisticated and slow. Customers buy it to love themselves. Finally, if the coffee uses the Everyman archetype, the brand will say your daily cup of coffee, friendly, easy to drink, easy to choose. It is not fancy. It is simple. Customers buy it because they feel this brand is just like me. It is the same product. But the hero sells motivation, the lover sells emotion, and the everyman sells connection. That is the power of brand archetype. It does not change the product. It changes how the customer feels about you. So here is the bottom line. A strong brand is not the brand that talks the most. It is the brand that knows exactly who it is and always behaves like that person. Brand essence is the soul. Brand personality is the character. And brand archetype helps that character be consistent and easy to execute. When a brand has a clear archetype, customers do not need to remember what you said. They will feel who you are. And that is when a brand starts to be trusted and chosen. Now, it is your turn. Which brand archetype do you think your favorite brand belongs to? Comment below. And if you are building a personal brand or a business brand, ask yourself this question. When I talk to my customers, what kind of person am I being? If this video gave you value today, I have one small request. Please hit that like button, share it with a friend, or leave a comment below. It is not just for me. When you interact with this video, you are helping the algorithm show this knowledge to more people who need it. So if you found it useful, help me spread the message. Thank you for watching.